good, y'all? It's your boy Just B.
And I'm your brother, your main, Icy Jones.
And welcome to Active Ingredient,
baby.
Man, how you feeling today, John?
I'm feeling like a new man, dog.
A new man?
A new man.
It's a new day. I used to feel like a new man every day. Today, I'm having a little rough day today.
Rough day.
Yeah, just a little rough day. I'm here though. I pulled up.
Well, we got a nice, bright sunshine in the building. We got Miss Kimberly Bailey in the building.
Uh-oh. If y'all ain't at home clapping right now or wherever you at on your phone,
right.
Something ain't right. Get right.
Thank you.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm so excited. You know, you two are some of my favorite people. So as soon as you reach out, Icy, call me out. I'm there. What you need me to do, because he's always there for me, and I appreciate him so much.
Absolutely.
Well, welcome again. You know, what I can say, Icy be having, he the plug. That's what they call it nowadays. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I tell everybody don't do this, and I'm doing it. I see the plug though, y'all. Hold on, bro.
I appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
I got you.
Well, it's great that you all are put this whole thing together, and I know that it's gonna be just fabulous. And because you always come out with the new, and people always want to hear that.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I do love that. Do we do that? That's tight though. Anyways, man, let's get into the show, man. I mean, you brought the guests. I feel like every time you bring the guests, you should be the first. You should get it jumping.
Okay, so I want them to know about Active Ingredient, right?
Okay.
So you got to give them the introduction to Active Ingredient.
Oh, yeah. Look,
you got to give it to
Active Ingredient. It's a podcast where we take our time to explore the essential ingredients it takes to find success. So after you find it, you got to obtain success. But then most importantly, you got to sustain success. Because I feel like once you get it, it's hardest to keep it. You think it's hard work now? Wait till you get it and then try that, man. So we're here to figure out what your active ingredient is, young lady.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
I can tell you some.
Right.
She said, I can't give all the sauce
I
out.
can't give you all of it, but I'll tell you some. No, I just, good people like yourself. You know, on my radio show, Enterprising People that I just did, I do every Tuesday on KCEP. And the only reason I bring that up right now is because I had an author on, and she was writing your own story. And I think that we all have the opportunity to write our own story.
Yeah.
But it's imperative that you stay connected and you stay in tune with humanity. And that's what I love so much about Icy and yourself, is because you guys are so in tune and connected to humanity. And those are the riches. Sometimes we think riches and success is monetary, but really it's human. It's being connected with people and vibing with and staying in that moment. And so I think I've always done that, but now at my age I'm recognizing my own formula, and I'm saying, God, I got to get back to that. I got to do that. That's when I was popping. I got to do that.
Right.
So so those kind of things, you'll be surprised, because then it just propels. It really does propel, because 10 toes on the ground, and just being grounded, being aware, you'll be surprised, and then things start coming to you, ideas, creativity, all of it. Yeah,
that's very true. Speaking of community, you went to a prestigious college, university, right?
Yeah, it was a college, Spelman College in Atlanta, Georgia.
I ain't know that part. Girl, you went to Spelman? Yeah. Wow. Yeah, very impressive.
Yeah, I went to Spelman, and I just posted one of my good friends. He was my Morehouse brother, Dexter King, Dr. King's son, just passed on. And I put a picture of us on Facebook because he took me out when I was a freshman. And he's passed on. And but I'm just saying that, it was probably the most impactful thing I have ever done in my life was to go to Spelman. I was fun, because I think I'm the first person or girl from Vegas to ever go to Spelman.
Wow.
My father went to Morehouse with Dr. King, so he was just, he was really aggressive with the fact that if I'm going to school, I'm gonna go to Spelman. So at first, because I went to Western High School, back in, so at Western, it was just a change, and here I am thrown into Atlanta, and HBCU where you get off, as soon as you get on campus, it's a party. The whole, just so many of our people just partying, but still at the same time, everybody
getting A's and B's.
Studying. The library is lit. Everything is lit. And
Pay attention.
So it was, and the people and all of my Spelman sisters that I now look back, and because I have a reunion coming up, and so I'll be going back there in April.
Okay.
But there's COOs of Starbucks, CEOs of Walgreens. So many people are just at an all-time high in their careers.
Yeah.
And I was just wondering, how did that happen? How did so many people just become so successful? And I know the roots started at Spelman, and I have to say it was just the whole educational process of letting us know who we are as Black women, and how important we are in our pursuits and what we do, and to be very intentional. And I know as a freshman you have to go to chapel 3 times out of the day. Okay. But when you go to chapel, you hear Nikki Giovanni, speak, or Winnie Mandela speak, or so you hear these women speak to you, and they come right up to you. What's up? They're right in your face. Right. And if you don't come to class, they're knocking on your door. So it's those kind of things. So yeah, it was prestigious in the way of impact. People prestigious in them because people, Spelman produces more Black female doctors than any other school or university in the whole country. More scientists come out of Spelman. When you hear CDC, when COVID hit, my Spelman sister that graduated with me, she was head of CDC in Atlanta, I was texting her, what's going on, Jane? Now her son is on CNN.
Got a front row seat.
So y'all know we really related, right? It's really family.
It's really deep to have people you went to school with in so many key positions. Yeah. And you graduated with, you sat in class with, and it's just, and my heart, I just see as my older years, I'll probably go back and teach at Spelman.
Wow.
That's amazing. Also, though, you spoke about your father.
Yeah, my dad.
And I want you to speak a little bit about Mr. Bob Bailey. I seen recently that he was the first person on television for, I guess, Las Vegas, Nevada.
Yeah, the country.
The country.
For the country?
Yeah, he was the first Black man on with his own TV show.
Wow.
That he owned and operated.
It was a talk show, right?
It was a talk show, and it was
Hello
on channel. If he initially went on Channel 8.
Yes.
And he was on Channel 8, and Brian Greenspun's father owned the station at that time. And then he parlayed from Channel 8 to Channel 13. We had a lot of segregation here. There was a lot of problems going on. But Dad came because he was recruited from Morehouse Glee Club by Count Basie. And so by him being recruited like that, he traveled the world. And then he came to Vegas because of the Moulin Rouge. So him and my mother was a dancer in the Apollo. So when
give me that Moulin Rouge postcard real quick.
Right.
You got it?
The Moulin Rouge,
Wow, you brought it?
Well, this is the original promotional postcard for the Moulin Rouge. And I wanted you all to see it. And I'm going through because it's Black History Month in February.
Gotcha.
I don't know if I'm dating.
I'll check
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Okay, but
Producers, zoom in on this. Thank you.
Right.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, but it's
Wow.
So
my grandmother used to work there.
Really, yeah, because that's what's so great about being in Vegas, because we're all interconnected somehow, and so yeah,
This is dope.
That's how they got here. And then my dad,
Master of ceremony.
From there he became the Equal Rights Commissioner. So he had his TV show. And so many of his friends while on the road with Count Basie and people, like one of his best friends was Billie Holiday. He wrote a book, Looking Up, Finding My Voice in Las Vegas. So you could read all about these encounters. But my dad, so Duke Ellington, Sammy Davis was like my godfather, because he couldn't stay in the hotel on the Strip, so they would stay in our house on Bonanza Village. And Red Fox and all. I'd wake up, they'd all be in the living room. You know, Mama.
What a life.
Your mama
Right.
would cook.
You are naming like real legends.
Yeah. So that was my, and so they would come on my dad's show. You know, I just
Makes sense.
Yeah. So they would come on my dad's show and they would talk and just have a good time playing music. A lot of the clips on my Facebook page you'll see. I still have some of my dad's shows. So I have one up there right now with Duke Ellington and Sammy. I think Sammy. I'm on one. I think with Red Fox, and I was 5 years old and I'm chewing gum in the background. I'm pulling my gum, and so people say, "Oh, yeah, we like that," but I don't know. There's a lot to be said about holding on to our history.
Absolutely, but you have said something about him being the first in America, right? What made them choose your pops? He ever told you that? I know you said he got recruited, but tell me how that. Did he tell you?
Well, nobody. I think in life, and that's the thing. If you're chosen,
you're just chosen.
If you're chosen, then there's something of what people want from you.
Yeah.
Now, if you create and you do, and see, my dad never worked for anybody in his entire life.
Wow.
Every time he did anything, he created the KCEP. He started that, but as an independent contractor.
Crazy.
So he started the 88.1.
Yeah.
Wait a minute now.
It was a training ground.
I feel out of the loop, girl.
No, that's how they got. It's a training ground, and to this day, I do believe it's called the Bob Bailey, but it's a training ground where you learn broadcast and engineering and how to go on, you know. But yeah, my dad helped EOB establish that because he did after Morehouse. He went to School of Broadcast in New York, and when he came here, so all that to say is that nobody really gave him anything. He did proposals. He said that I would like to do this. He found his own sponsors.
Yes.
Southwest Gas was a big sponsor.
Yes.
And Pepsi was a sponsor. So he went in with the money, with all the tools, and they said, okay, well, let's give it a shot.
That's what I'm talking about right there.
Listen here.
That's what I'm talking about right there.
You over here getting my juices going.
Right. Exactly. I told you it's a bright star in the building, man. The sunshine is shining.
Oh, you are.
Me? You gotta.
So you know, they say that our network is our net worth, right? But how do you even? I mean, you know, I can't even ask you that question though, because you grew up in that.
Yeah.
Right. These was your dad's friends.
Yeah, but then there was other friends as well. There was Reverend Clark down the street from us on Tonopah. There was Dr. West, who was my godfather. There was other people that poured into me. Right. And so it wasn't always, because a lot of, nobody was really rich. Like now you see rich. It wasn't about money. It was about impact, intelligence, and character. It was different. And it was a unification of our community.
Absolutely.
And that's what saddens me most, what I see now, is that I don't see, and when I mean the economic unification, because if we don't have economic unification, I'm supporting you because I know that money, you're going to hire 3 or 4 people when I support that, and you're going to give back. You're going to do, well, we don't, when my dad and Dr. McMillan, that they had strategic plans to feed back into the community economically. We're going to buy that piece of land. We're going to build. So it was that kind of thing.
Right.
Reverend Bennett. So it was, and you don't see that. Now you see, all I see is the city and the county owning everything, doing what they will, and we follow and we fall in. Yeah. And
there's some pieces of land on the west side I need. We have some good intentions. Right. I promise we do. No, I love that you said that though, because impact matters, and in order to have impact, you got to move with intent.
Yeah.
And it's hard to find people nowadays that move with intent so that you can together create that impact. Maybe you can give me and Jones over there some advice.
You guys are doing it. I mean, just the fact that this studio and my sister over here and all that she's doing, I just, you guys are doing it. And that's what kind of made me feel so good, because I don't see it much. And I want to see more. I used to run a micro business program for 20 something years. And I have to say, many of the people that came out of that program are still in business today, like Expertise, Donald Marquez, with Assurance. And I never gave them a dime. My whole thing with micro business was to give you the education and point you towards resources, and people are doing that, So I really. When you look back and say, what did I really do? Oh, I don't know. That was kind of fun.
A lot.
A lot and a half.
I told her, so Taste of Sounds and Soul.
Yes.
Is your festival.
Yeah, that's myself and my husband, Charles. And so...
Why am I so in the dark about all this information? Jesus.
So we did that over 20 years.
Right.
And and it was the purpose of this, that's why you have to move purposeful, was to feed and tap into that tourist dollar for our Black-owned businesses for Black History Month.
Facts.
Okay. So, of course, we always ran it. Every year we did it for 20. We had problems because Vegas, the power structure, it just did not like that. And we got up to 35,000 people on Fremont the last time we did it. And then they just started, your people, all of these things. So it's alive and well even today. And to this day, we're having, so they tripled the price. So if we want to go in, we got to pay hundreds and thousands of dollars for a 2-day festival.
Even though you're bringing money to.
And then they got out to say, well, Black people don't really gamble. I said, really? And so we did video to show people.
Why we got to do all of that?
We got to do all of that.
You know what I'm saying?
So it's really, and I call it out like I see it.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah.
We're still to this day with the so-called political leadership we have with the city. So I want everybody to be aware of that. Get no help whatsoever. Because we got this thing in Vegas where I'm not gonna help you. I'm not gonna make you. And me and my husband never got rich doing this event. I've never been. It was just about giving businesses opportunities that set up their
and they
business.
made bank.
They made over $60,000-$70,000 in just 2 days, and it was seed money back into the business every year. My thing is, we're going to celebrate Black history. All these other things are fine, but they're PR tools.
Yeah.
How do we feed economically back into businesses in our community? And this is the way.
Yeah.
But if you have very limited people advocating for that, then you have a problem. So just like, we Fremont Street, even the what is it, Life is Beautiful people came and they met with me and Charles. They said, we want to know how you all did your event. And I said, so we can collaborate. We're going to join together. Right. They went in there and then Vegas supports everything.
Right.
And we are like kicked to the curb. But I'm just saying that it has to come a time where we are not dealing with these fear factors, and we really intelligently advocate for what we are due. Black folks owned the majority of downtown. We owned the land back in the 30s and 40s. That was our land on Fremont Street.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyway, it's been difficult, but we're not giving up. We're still trying to work it out. In the meantime, we're gonna have the Taste and Sounds of Soul and Black Image Honors on February 24th at the library on Flamingo.
Okay.
So I hope everybody comes out for that, and we have a step show. So.
In the theater, then?
Yeah, in the theater.
And I want to thank you because I did get the opportunity to perform in front of thousands of people.
Yeah, no, you did
First
so
time
good.
in Vegas ever performing that.
Was you nervous,
many
bro?
People. and I was excited.
You was excited?
Yeah.
I know that's right.
I got that picture, man, with all the people behind me with that butt guy shirt on.
But
man.
he is so talented, and he just and we did. It was a cultural celebration.
You put the locals on
with the music and with the dance and the bands.
Yes.
Because if you go down on Fremont Street, how many black bands do you see performing ever?
Mm-mm.
You don't. We don't get. But back in the day of my dad's, we had black bands, local entertainment in the lounges, we represent it, and that has dissipated, unfortunately.
We might have to change something. Right. You know what I'm saying?
You have enterprising people.
Yes.
Right, on Tuesdays. Tell me about that, and why did you want to start enterprising people?
Well, it's an offshoot when I was doing the business program. Mm-hmm. So I've been doing enterprising people for a very long time.
Yeah.
And what I wanted to do, because I went to Black Enterprise conferences and business conferences, and I just always say, God, I want to bring this back to my home.
Okay.
And so I told EOB, because see, KCEP, they used to not have an antenna on Black Mountain. Mm. So you only heard KCEP from a 10-mile radius. Mm. So after I graduated from Spelman, I went to LA. I worked as an entertainment publicist. So when I worked for the Urban League in LA. Mm. So I made a lot of relationships. So when I came back to Vegas to live, I heard the plight of KCP not even being able to probably stay around if they didn't get their antenna on Black Mountain.
Okay.
So I asked Barry White, BBCC Winans, Kool Moe Dee, Big Daddy K.
Like Barry White.
Yeah.
Barry, baby.
And Earth, Wind, and Fire, and so I said I want to do a concert called Keeping the Voice Alive for KCP, so they can raise the money to get the antenna on Black Mountain. So this was back in 91, 92. And there was no black female promoters in Las Vegas. I don't know. But I put all of the celebrities together, and we did a show at the Thomas and Mack, and EOB had funds to do an event, so they owned KCP at the time, and we did the concert. And I wrote another grant because it wasn't quite the money that they needed, so I wrote a grant to the MGM, the Lindsay Foundation, and they were able to get all the money. And then so that's why today you hear KCP all over.
All over. Absolutely.
Wow, that's dope.
Absolutely.
I had no idea about any of that.
Yeah, it's really something how nobody tells that story.
Yeah. Well, thank you for sharing that. Also, you work with your husband, Charles Theroux.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Shout out to you, brother.
I ask people that's married, how is it working with your significant other? So if you can kind of give us a little bit on that. And
yeah, let me know. Tell you, girl.
Tell you.
I love you, baby.
Yeah, I know, right. It's always, and my father's mantra, because he was a business development expert. He had Netco. He funded many of our businesses in the community, but not to work with friends and family. It's just something that I think my father always believed in. But with my husband, I have to say it's been wonderful to work along with him and to build, create. We do Caravan for Mammogram for Black women, for breast cancer awareness. Every year it gets bigger and bigger. But yeah, and I'm not gonna say it's all good, because nothing. Marriage is a business. See, I don't know why people don't understand this.
Right.
But marriage is a business, and those butterflies and everything that you had when you initially, like back in high school, you have to understand that this is a stone intentional commitment. And when you go into business with your partner, your spouse, that has to be the same way, that this is a commitment. You gonna get mad, you gonna cuss each other out, you gonna do what you do, but you gotta come back to home base.
Facts.
And you have, especially when you have children, hopefully you don't argue around the children, but you have to come back to home base, because this life is so short.
Yeah.
It's really short.
Yeah.
So you could choose to be by yourself and start all over.
Right.
That'd be the hard part.
Or
I used to hate that.
or
Yeah.
you can choose to try to build generational wealth,
Right.
teach your children, because love. You might not you might go 6 months. I don't care about I don't want to be with them. I'm done. You could go 6 months, but on that 7th month, guess what? If you do the work,
You back.
will be back in love.
You back.
Yeah.
And appreciative.
I'll be back in love the next day. I ain't gonna lie.
I'm just saying, some people it takes a long time.
No, it definitely does.
But I'm saying that you can, and you both know what's the deal. You gotta know, but you know that, wow, this person is really here. This person is here.
Yeah.
And you have to make the commitment, and you have to stick with it. And life is discipline. Life is discipline. And you have to put, just like, kiss your wife behind the neck, come up behind her and lift her hair up and kiss that neck. Those
Kiss that neck. Kiss that neck. That's gonna be a
Lift that
clip.
hair
You
up.
gotta lift that hair up.
Kiss
and
that
that neck.
That's
Put
definitely
that
gonna be
hair
a
up
clip.
and kiss that neck and rub those feet, and because what you put in is the love you give to yourself.
Facts.
Yeah. My woman don't want me to rub her feet. She says it's ticklish.
That's
gotta rub her
okay.
Rub a leg. Rub a leg.
That's right. Don't just being there and being present and seeing and staying in the moment, because it's life, and business it's just the stuff we do. This is gonna pass. It's just moving. Take that trip out the country, go to Europe, do whatever, but have your priorities. The business is just sustaining the family economically, but the family is the empire you built.
Got it. I love it. So I need you to look into this camera, and I need you to give the entrepreneurs out there 3 key ingredients to keeping success in their business.
Okay. I think one key ingredient is confidence.
Okay.
And you have to be fearless. And that's a hard one. It's easy to be said, but it's hard because we are taught so much to put people on platforms, pedestals, and then what we do in return is that I never did that. I don't have that. Who am I? But you are, and treasure the things you are. You woke up this morning and you have an agenda. God would not have woke you up. You have an agenda. And so, I've been around some really, people would say powerful people. And even the man that's the president of the Super Bowl, they have this Super Bowl committee, they put it. And I'm just going to say, and so anyway, I went to the press conference, and, people were this man is the president of the Super Bowl. But I had something for a client of mine that I wanted to tell him. So after they did their little prayer, I walked up. I said, "Excuse me, I really need to talk to you because I think that you're missing a very big opportunity for Nevada." And he said, "Yeah." I said, and I said, "I went to Spelman College." He said, "Oh, yeah, okay." And he got off that stage.
Right.
Let me come on down.
This is a white man, and so, but I'm just saying to you that
fearless.
You have to be fearless, have the confidence. So, 1, confidence, being fearless. Sometimes we all get afraid. You get those bubbles. You get afraid, but walk through it. If it makes you uncomfortable, then do it. If it makes you uncomfortable, do it. Number 2, be disciplined. Very disciplined. Be very intentional about your activity. Write down the night before what you have to do the next day, and then and make a timeline for yourself. Okay, I'm gonna do that. Work on that for 2 hours, and I'm gonna do. There's 24 hours in a day. Do that, and then plan out who you need to know, who you need to partner with, and who you really need to network with. See, a lot of people are networking with people because they told you they are so important, but they might not be important for what you need.
Right. Got it.
And that could be spiritual, mental, mentor, and whatever. So I'm just saying, plan out who you would like to connect with so that they can help you have your business have some longevity. Because if you don't have longevity in business, it will be. So those three things are very important.
I love it.
You can press real quick. I feel it's recording again.
We about to let you explain to where they follow you at and things, because I gotta wipe this sweat off my face.
Look, bro's over there. Look, bro's over there.
I'm
Sweat
melting.
It's a
He
sign.
said he over there melting.
Okay, so where do they follow you at? Where do you like people to follow you at?
Okay, they can get Las Vegas Black Image magazine at all Albertson grocery stores. You can get it with your Review Journal newspaper. Just tell them you want your Black Image inserted with your newspaper. You can go to Mario's grocery store. You can go also to all the libraries here in the Valley carry the magazine, and then some barbershops and beauty shops. You can definitely pick up the Las Vegas Black Image magazine. You can go to Kimberly Bailey, Las Vegas Black Image magazine, both on Facebook, Instagram. You can Twitter,
Okay.
as well as at TikTok. We have TikTok. So you could go, and then also LasVegasBlackImage.com. You could see the whole magazine on our website.
Amazing.
Listen,
Amazing.
I love that when we said, tell them where they can find you, she said, you can find the Black Image magazine in
Absolutely.
Albertsons.
Absolutely. The library.
I love it.
Definitely. And of course, Mario's Market. Shout
Shout
out.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
gave Mario.
Wow.
Congratulations.
Yeah, absolutely. So, did you enjoy yourself today?
I loved it. I just loved it. I didn't know what to expect, but it was good. And you all make me feel so comfortable.
Beautiful.
And I just see big success for you all.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, you amped me up. I didn't know all of that info.
Yes.
You know, so I was like, you speaking my language. I feel like that was what I'm trying to create.
Absolutely.
It's on.
Absolutely.
It's on. Thank
Yeah.
It's an Under the Hood production, man.
you. You already know. It's your
Active
boy Jess
ingredient.
B.
I'm Icy Jones.
And we out of here.
Peace.
Love
man.
y'all.
Shout out Elevated Space, baby. We in here.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we can't forget about them. I always forget. My bad, y'all. Shout out to Elevated Space. We love y'all. Malaysia, Chris, and we gone.
Yes.